how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful, and it is a pleasure to have you here. And Manny, you had some questions for me, man. And Hannah, you are a professional home organizer?
Yes, professional home and business organizer. Yes.
Okay. So how long have you been doing that?
I've been organizing for over a year.
Okay.
And my business is a little less than a year old.
Ooh, nice, nice. Yeah, I was telling Manny, she's a home organizer. Man, I need some tips. So
I said we need to juice her for some tips.
Okay.
Juice her for some tips.
That's
So
right.
just give us any random tips you would like. Just let us run home.
But like major key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Major key. Okay.
Yes.
So one major key I would definitely say is constantly weeding, and that's kind of under the topic of maintenance. So with that being said, in this hustle and bustle world, especially with what you guys do, which I was informed of, rapping and stuff, I'm sure you guys have plenty of events and things are always changing and whatnot.
Right.
You have to keep up with that, with your schedules, with time, as well as your things, right? And what can often happen in the short time that we have to spare is allowing things to pile up and having too many of the same things. And so when I say weed constantly, that means evaluate your surroundings, your living space or your business space. If you have an office, your recording studio, seeing what you have and what you maybe need that you don't have, and also looking for duplicates and things that aren't working anymore in your system.
So are you saying I should throw out my summer jeans? the ones I'm trying to fit into, I should throw out my summer jeans?
I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying.
If you have one pair and it's a goal of yours to work towards fitting in them, I say keep it. But don't keep more than one pair.
Okay.
Even if I'm not working towards it, really?
If you're not working towards it, then maybe look for a family member to hold it.
You need to get you some sweatpants and just wear those.
I'm against the sweatpants.
Yeah. So Hannah,
I'm against that.
Yes.
What drew you to this field as far as organizing stuff? You know what, I want to do that.
Right. Well, let me first say my business name is BoneClutter. We organize to the bone. And so the full in-depth story about that, Deidre, is on my website, which is www.boneclutter.com under the founder story. And long story short, which I encourage everybody to go look at that, it started from such a sincere and genuine place with family, really. And it blossomed and was sparked with that specific situation. And I realized I've always been a neat freak of sorts, but when a certain family situation kind of occurred, it hit me that, oh my goodness, this is for me. And I can make a business out of it and love it. So that's how it kind of happened.
Would you say you found your calling?
I found another one of my callings, yes.
Okay. What's your other one?
So one is acting. I love to act. I've been in several independent films here in Chicago, as well as a few TV series. And the other one is education, which I am a licensed professional teacher here in the state of Illinois, and that's what I earned my bachelor's degree in at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
Okay, man, you got like a triple threat. You're an organizer, a teacher, and an actor.
Yeah.
Crazy. That is sweet. That is sweet.
Thanks.
So my question, since they got their question out of the way, have you run into, because when people think of the name clutter and then they think of home organizing, right away they're like, oh my God, hoarders. You know, people that accumulate so much stuff over time that become so emotionally attached to it that, I don't know, for some reason they just don't feel compelled to get rid of it. You know, have you come across that?
So to be clear, hoarding is a psychological mental disorder, which a lot of people don't realize. And I mean, I've definitely seen that show Hoarders before, and they don't always jumping right into it. You know, they don't necessarily tell the audience that part of it. With that being said, somebody can have a lot of stuff and not throw it out. And a situation, a room, a household, even a business space can look like a hoarding situation, but it's not. Again, with the time thing, these types of things, to keep a system running smooth and efficiently and not being cluttered, takes time, right? And it takes effort. And a lot of people, as you guys know, in our busy day here in America, a lot of us don't have that kind of time. And even if we do, several of us don't want to spend that type of energy in that way. So with that being said, hoarding, for example, a symptom of it, like you said, the emotional attachment. One symptom of it, you can look this up, is a person giving lifelike attributions to an inanimate object.
Like a cheeseburger.
Exactly.
That's been sitting there for about
2 weeks or something, and it's
Yeah.
rotten and it's molded and there might be cockroaches in it,
Yeah.
and to them it's something very precious, and it, know that they may even say something like, "That's my friend." Literally.
Crazy.
I love cheeseburgers. I would never.
So that's something to be aware of. Now, have I come across that? No, I have not. And I will work towards, there's different accreditations and certifications that a professional organizer can get to be certified to handle those types of situations. In addition, a person that is diagnosed with hoarding needs to be seeing a licensed therapist or counselor.
So you would recommend, if you ran into somebody that loved their cheeseburger boy, like their friend, you'd recommend them to a specialist?
Absolutely, it's
Okay.
it's necessary. Just
You're
like
not gonna try to take care of the situation.
no, because that's not for me. I didn't get a license in therapy. So
or a teacher. Now,
yes.
here's something that you should think about. And you need an actor. You should do a movie about a teacher that needs organizing.
That is cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
a simple premise right there.
Yes.
But
I
you
like
need
that.
like a good story. She gets murdered.
Wait, what?
No,
No,
Yeah,
this
always
got bad
bring it
quickly.
further.
That was the twist, bro.
don't go then.
That's
Wait. So where do you find the time? Since you do all these things.
Yeah.
Where do you find the
Where do I
time?
find the time to
Mhm.
stay organized?
Mhm.
Yes.
So that alludes to when I was saying I'm naturally sort of a neat freak. I've never been extremely utterly unorganized. So I've been able to alter my systems as I've gotten older and went through different phases in my life, living in Urbana for college, coming back to Chicago, to make my systems work for me and be clutter free in a way. So, and weeding, like I said before, that first tip, weeding constantly.
Now, when you were in Urbana, did you come across a few fellow students that you just looked and you were like, yeah, you need some de-organizing? I can only imagine how your home is. If
Right.
it's like that, I can only imagine how it's like.
I'm afraid to have her over.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid.
No.
I'm pretty organized, I think. But I can use a couple.
The crib's clean. I know she's gonna say something about the dishes.
Oh my.
My dish?
My dishes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Minimum 2 plates. Minimum.
The dishes are not that important. That's okay. My dishes sometimes stack up too many. But yes, I did indeed in college, Deidre, and also it's funny that you say that because several mothers, particularly moms of sons who have gone off to college, when they come visit their apartments or dorm rooms in the summer during the holidays, they usually get in shock and they want to hire somebody to help them so that their sons can be more efficient and focus on their school more. So yes, I have. Obviously at that point I hadn't started my business nor completed my education degree. But that's definitely a niche I'm looking into. In addition, on that same tip of students, that's going to be a part of my give back in years to come. I want to help students in the Chicago public schools as well as some suburban public schools be organized because, I mean, even lockers, I don't know if you might have been one of those students. Again, I wasn't because I was naturally a neat freak, but all those piles of papers and homework getting lost just at the bottom of your locker, and you have the homework, you have the assignment, but you might get a bad grade because it's down there and you're just not organized, and that's not fair. So, because you should learn that skill as well.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I had 2 lockers, one for clothes and one for paper.
You went to
You
a
eyes looking
privileged
good.
high
It was just as soon as you opened it, it was just like, I'm not looking for anything in there.
Right, close back.
In high school, we shared lockers.
Yeah.
There was not enough lockers for us to have our own locker.
Yeah.
That's why I'm shocked that you had 2.
Yeah.
You grew up in the suburbs?
No, I went to a Christian school.
Oh, that's why.
Like, as soon as I opened the locker, it was my senior year. It was just closed, just fell out.
Wow.
Wow.
Like I had 2 bags going home, and they're just like,
Yeah, well, yeah.
You got a bunch of clothes you didn't know about.
So Hannah, quick
Yes.
question. Who is more disorganized, men or women?
Oh.
Be careful what
Careful
you
what
say.
you say right now.
Or is it a tie?
You know what? So every individual in situation is individual and unique to that person. So there really is no cut, straightforward, bottom line answer to that. I will say, scientifically speaking, which I've learned, is that women, unless this has changed, I mean, I'm not a neuroscientist, I don't do that stuff, but women have a thicker corpus callosum, I believe, and that's at the back of your head. And what that does is make women more apt and able to multitask, number one, and then that kind of leads to being a little bit more organized with under that, like going along with that multitasking. So I've noticed that in some men, it's not that they really can't multitask too much, but others absolutely can. And multitasking is not to say it's the same thing as being organized, but that could play a factor maybe in the gender differences.
I could accept that. I could accept that answer. It's not our fault. You know?
It's not our fault. It's something neurological that we just can't help ourselves or anything. WLGK Logic Radio. We're gonna go to a commercial break and listen to some music, and we'll be back after that with Mandy and Logic Radio, where life and music speak. We're here with Mandy, Xavier, and
What up?
one and only Miss Morales.
Oh,
So, Hannah, what advice do you have, you having the credentials of graduate from Urbana, business owner, and actress, what advice do you have for that young person that maybe, as we were talking off air, that mental clutter, where they know they're supposed to be doing something, but they just can't get there? What advice do you have for them?
good question. I would definitely say to all young people, including the ones who've just graduated and have a lot of that pressure of needing to find a job, hold a job, perhaps get their own spot. Follow your passions and don't let anyone tell you you're doing too much or that you have to be limited to one box in a way. I do not believe that life is a box. Therefore, there are many paths that one can travel on and gain so much from, whether or not they achieve or attain that goal that they first set out to do. So, because as you were saying earlier, it is pretty unique and not seen too often that a young woman like myself is a business owner, actress, as well as licensed educator, right? And many times I got much pushback, even from some families saying, you know, well, why are you trying to do all that? You got your degree in this, go be a teacher. And it's not as if I wasn't offered that, to be a traditional teacher, and I still teach now, and I tutor. But if you have other passions and other things, there is nothing stopping you from but yourself. And with that being said, I had to teach myself almost everything and how to start a business legitimately and how to set this up and make sure this is registered and get my contracts in order with lawyers and whatnot. There's nothing stopping you from yourself. There's so much out there, especially now with technology and the internet. You can learn pretty much anything.
So how much help did you have or assistance you had getting everything started? Very little, a lot, or just it was all you?
Pretty much none. Yeah, and I've definitely invested into my business, obviously, right? It takes money to make money. So one of the first things I did was create a business plan, a 16-page business plan that I composed. Sometimes people outsource that and have other companies create their own business plan. I didn't, and I learned how to do that through a course I took with this nonprofit, which isn't far from your radio station, actually. Their headquarters for the nonprofit Women's Business Development Center. located on 8 South of Michigan, and a phenomenal nonprofit. I took a course there for way cheaper than you would take at college or even a community college, a 12-week course with other women entrepreneurs that want to start their business in something, and learned pretty much all the fundamentals of how to start a legitimate business here in Illinois. And the course is called Plan for Profit. And so the point is that you're starting a business where you're going to make profit, right? You're not going to start something and then go under, like a lot of things unfortunately do. So that was laid the groundwork. But I had to obviously register for that class, go to it, do the homework. There was plenty of homework, and the final product was that business plan. So
now, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years doing? Acting, teaching, or organizing?
that is hard, D. That's a very good question. I pray and I hope that it's just, again, like it is now, a good combination of them. And honestly, I feel that more so it would be seasonally. For example, you know, with acting, anybody who's in that knows that it's a project, right? And the acting is similar with music. It might take 3 months to get this movie done, or really fast on a high budget, maybe 2 weeks. It all depends. So during that time, 90% acting. But then after that, I might have 3-4 big project clients, and that's taking up 80% of my time. And then after that, or while during that, I might be doing a little bit of tutoring here, and then I do some school. I want to get into motivational speaking as well at some schools. So more so seasonally, but still keeping it a nice combination.
Don't limit her.
It's very inspiring because most people use the term jack of all trades, but you seem very organized. It's actually kudos to you. Structured and determined to accomplish one thing at a time, where you're not trying to get, you know, as the old saying, eat a whole elephant in one, you know, sitting. You want to eat it piece by piece and just take your time and everything. So I mean, I really commend you for that. I know you're inspired. All of us here is like, man, this is really cool. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you.
Man, best of luck. Where can people contact you?
Yes, absolutely. So again, with my website at www.BoneClutter, that's spelled BoneClutter.com. Right on there at the footer of every page is my email, phone number, all that, as well as my social media links. Find me on there, and shoot me an email or give me a call for any of your organizing needs. And yeah, and just to let you know, my last name is BoneClutter, so hence the name of my business, BoneClutter. We organize to the bone.
Nice. I know, man. You're gonna need some. You're gonna need more than tips, man.
Everything's held down right now.
Really?
Everything's good right now.
It's good. All right.
Yeah, but if I do, I know where to go.
That's right.
I definitely know where to go.
Most definitely.
Nice.
Awesome.
WLGK Logik Radio. We're gonna take a quick break and get back into the music. Thank you so much, Hannah.
Yeah, thank you. That was
Let's take a picture.
yes.
Right here.
That was great.
You got the flash?
Oh,
Hell
wait, you want to take a picture?
I believe I do. Do I have a flash? I believe
It's pretty prepared.
I do. I knew, just in case. Oh, I take it I'm supposed. Oh, you're taking a picture.
I said D. Did you catch that?
Nice. Nice. You always hack up
That floor is it probably gonna come in, right? Or unless you want me to zoom in?
No, actually, yeah, just stay there.
Okay. Oh, Logik. Okay, the middle. Okay, good. That's good.
You can select your own photo.
Okay. That's
Is
good.
that okay?
Yeah.
I'm just filming. Y'all just,
Oh, just film.
just filming. Yeah, I'm just filming. You know, y'all. Just some behind the scenes type stuff. How the interview go?
Cool. Very, very well, man. I commend her for the work she's doing. She's got a bright future. Hey, this is Logik Radio, Logik Radio. You can go to our website. It's www.wlgkradio.com. You can download our app on the Apple App Store or Google Play. The keyword is Logik Radio.
There you you go.
Damn.
Great host. Great host.